many times on this channel you've seen a lot of horror games, and one of the best ones I played in a very long time was MADiSON. And to be fair, I've actually skipped the release of the VR version for this game, and you know that I love VR games, and on this channel we already did some Resident Evil games, Phasmophobia in VR, and now it's time for the MADiSON test to be in VR. So guys, get ready, now we're going to get scared the shit out of us. Let's start. So first of all, you know that I really liked a lot of Phasmophobia and its transition to the VR kind of segment. Today I want to see if MADiSON will actually surprise me so well. And I have to say, the game, like in my mind, was really very well made for the VR type of game. And VR adaptation of 2022 horror title is something that I wanted to try for a very long time. So guys, interesting with the players that in Dark Tapestry of MADiSON VR, you seamlessly blend with kind of psychological terror, which is heart-stopping jump scares. This is not something new for the horror games, but believe me, this is something really cool. You have something similar like eerie ambience from PT from 2014, which is very similar. Player traverse through the labyrinth, corridors and rooms, where you subtle shifts in the objects or furniture hint or looking malevolent or whatever, all these things, small details will scare you. At times of flickering light may reveal a marble statue at the end of the day limit hallway, which kind of like mysteriously relocates moments later, such as symbols of safety establishment. A sudden appropriation may settle players to the jump scares and execute it in finest rather than resorting cheap tactics. A pivotal mechanic in the MADiSON VR experience is utilizing an instant camera. Players must capture all of the various objects with this photo, often containing a crucial clues, unraveling mysteries at hand. Experiencing the mechanical first-hand VR controls was really delightful. As a player, you can actually physically maneuver the controller with the snap photo, followed by the tactical sensation, which basically develops a kind of a new image to the game. Similarly, collecting all of the managing items, albeit the limited inventory slots, is executed in a very similar fashion, leading to immersed quality of gameplay. But the question is how good the game looks in VR. Well, I have to say, game looks great. The only one thing, yes, sometimes you feel like it's a little bit blurry, but once again, this is what you get with VR games. You cannot go over from that. Moreover, the camera serves as the catalyst in your gameplay, as triggering environmental shifts or anomalies, transporting Luca through alternate locations, such as kind of like the Supper Chapel or the Grimace Sewer. Each repeats with the macabre imagery. As the image journey, you kind of include the grow increasingly surreal and bizarre heightening of the sense of unrest and foreboding. As someone similar with the original MADiSON, I anticipated events unfolding with each segment of the rough 6 to kind of like 7 trump or sinister whisper installment in a mounting dread, amplified by the haptic feedback of psvr 2 controller. And I actually was surprised that it was very good. It succeeded in keeping me on the edge of the seat through the delivering an unparalleled horror experience, despite notable flaws. So the chief amongst the flaws are extremely cryptic and convincing puzzles scare through the game. Much like its predecessors, MADiSON VR frequently stumps players with puzzles that border nonsensical, non-cyclical multiplier consultations of guiding process. The fundamental flaws persist the compound of items that are kind of like distract in the middle environment, and clues are obscured and meticulous symbols and icons. Additionally, MADiSON VR frustrates players with its sluggish character movement, cumbering controls and related mechanics, in contrast to other VR titles where interaction with objects is seamless. MADiSON VR requires players to perform extricating motions such as blending down to pick up items or awkwardly navigating drawers and doors. These contextual actions often feel disconnected from intended gameplay, resulting in moments of aggravation and dimension-breaking frustration. Despite these shortcomings, MADiSON VR remains a really great for the genre of horror games on VR, delivering spine-cleaning chills and palpitation including dread. To the full immersion of virtual reality, you get all this like haptic feedback from the headset and controllers, creates an unreal parallel of sense of terror. While best as puzzle and control issues, MADiSON VR stands as a testament to Gladius games and the power. So if I would rate this game from 1 to 10, the rating would be somewhere around, I would say 7 and 8. Yes, so 7.5, let's say, is a fair rating for this game. A very simple reason for that is that as a VR title, you don't really want only like immersion in terms of like the vision, but it also should be a great and very comfortable gameplay, which unfortunately MADiSON VR lacks a little bit. Can it be fixed with updates? I don't think so, because this is already the base game. But can we see in the future more titles from the studio that can be improved in horror genre and VR? Yes, 100%. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.